Intermittent fasting for weight loss. Is it effective? Intermittent fasting is one of the hottest trends in weight loss right now. But what does it really mean? What is intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting is an eating pattern where people cycle between periods of fasting and eating. During a fasting phase, you consume no food or only calorie-free beverages, like water. Then, you eat regular meals during a designated feeding phase. Intermittent fasting has been linked to many health benefits, including weight loss and lower blood pressure. Some research suggests that intermittent fasting may also protect against diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. The science behind intermittent fasting, has been gaining popularity among dieters, especially in recent years. Proponents of IF say that it's a more sustainable way to lose weight than traditional calorie restriction. How it works. Intermittent fasting is an eating pattern that cycles between periods of eating and abstaining from food. For example, a popular version of intermittent fasting calls for fasting every day from 8 p.m. to noon, which amounts to 16 hours without food. During those 16 hours, people eat their normal meals and snacks, but they can't eat again until noon. Benefits of IF. Because fasting causes you to eat fewer calories than you would on a typical diet. It's effective at weight loss, and most of us can lose up to 3 pounds per week with IF. After 24 hours, most of the cells in your body are in a fasting state, and then they burn fat as fuel, explains Jason Fung, MD, author of The Complete Guide to Fasting. The difference between IF and other methods of dieting. Intermittent fasting is not a diet. It's an eating pattern. You eat as much or as little as you want, within a certain window of time. That window could be 16 hours. It could be 24 hours, or it could stretch longer than that. The 5-2 diet is one example. Some IF plans allow regular daily eating. Others call for drastically cutting calories 2 days per week. The risks and limits of IF. While it seems like a simple concept, intermittent fasting can be hard to execute. At its most basic level, intermittent fasting involves going a longer period of time, usually between 16 and 20 hours without eating anything, and then consuming all of your calories in one meal. But again, you're only allowed to consume water during these periods, nothing else. This means no coffee or tea, and definitely no soda, or even low-carb beverages like diet-iced tea or lemonade. Does it work for women? A growing number of women are turning to intermittent fasting to help them lose weight and keep it off. A study from a university in Korea shows that intermittent fasting might also help women lose weight, even if they're not trying to shed pounds. The study was focused on female rats, which were divided into 2 groups. One group was allowed access to food at all times, while another had food available during only 8-hour intervals each day. Do I have to exercise while doing IF? One thing that makes IF different from conventional weight loss methods is that it doesn't necessarily require exercise. While some people choose to incorporate resistance training, cardio, and similar activities into their fasts, others do not. This means you can stay in your pajamas as long as you like, or even go on a hike without feeling guilty about missing your morning spin class. How do I get started with IF? Intermittent fasting is an umbrella term that covers all forms of short-term dietary restriction (FTR), including alternate day, 16/8, and time-restricted feeding. The most important thing to know about intermittent fasting is that your body isn't actually in a fasted state at all. It simply uses different fuels when food isn't readily available. There are many health benefits associated with intermittent fasting, including a lower risk of heart disease and improved brain function.